Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to Germany. Our playthrough of the DLC map here on Pure Farming 18 on the PS4. So, we have spent some time on our field sort of ploughing it and cultivating it. Now we need to get it seeded. Now we did bring a seeder back, but we haven't used it yet. So let's jump into this. We are a little low on fuel. We could probably do with a bit of a top up. So pull this out here. Now we need to look for a seed bag. I think this is it here. Yes, there we go. So we can buy some canola just there. Excellent stuff. And we are going to need to, as I say, perhaps do a little bit of topping up on the fuel. Van going in the other direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to park this up here on this little slip road for a second. Like that. There we go. So let's detach that. And we're going to go and top up our fuel levels. So where is the nearest gas station from here? Services, gas station. Well, there's only one. And it's over there. It's not too far, I suppose. So let's head in cab. Switch on cruise control. There we go. Now, as far as the rabbits go, I think I may possibly have sold my rabbits a little bit too early. It can take a couple of days for them to grow to full maturity once they've, once they've become proper rabbits. So I think it's possible that I may have sold them a little early and not got as much money for them as I potentially could have done. So with this second batch of rabbits that we've bought, we're actually going to wait a little bit longer to sell them. Instead of selling them, on day 2 of, buy them day 1, let them grow for a day, and then sell them the very next day. We're going to leave them for a couple of days before we sell them, and hopefully we'll actually start making a bit more money for them. Because all we kind of did was just double our cash last time, which wasn't a huge profit. So I'm hoping that we can actually make a little bit more than that if we wait a little bit longer. Of course, the easiest way to test that theory is to actually put it into practice. So if we skip back over here, I also want to check in on the state of our lambs as well. We're going to stop off at the rabbits first of all. If I can find the rabbits, that's the chickens. There's the rabbits. So lots and lots of rabbits in there, as you can see. 25 of them. Now, last time we sold them as soon as they were ready. As I say, we're going to ignore them today, and we're going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to sell some tomorrow and see how much we make. And then we won't sell all of them, we'll sell half of them, and then the next half we'll sell the day after that and see how we get on. Now I need to check the sheep, see how the sheep are getting on. The sheep are just over here. See if there's anything that I need to do. I have noticed I'm getting honked at by someone in a van, I think. Oh, yeah. Again, look, trying to run me over. So we have 28% sheep. They're still lambs. They still haven't matured yet. And I don't know if I need to be doing something to actually get... Hang on, what's this? Fodder. Okay, we do need some fodder by the look of it. Let's buy prepared fodder. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're going to need quite a bit of this by the look of it. What's the most we can go to? This is slow going. This needs to be sped up. Let's try buying 30. That's still only 35%. Wow. Fodder's going to be quite expensive. Yeah, but this needs to be sped up. This takes too long to tick through every single one individually. It needs to kind of go slow for a bit and then speed up, I think. 69%. Well, that'll do for now. Let's see what that effect actually has. Is there anything else that we need to interact with around here? Again, I can't jump the fence, so I don't know. There's nothing that needs to be done with that water trough. What about these troughs? Is there any interaction popping up here? No? Is there anything in here that we need to interact with? No? There's our little lambs, look. Okay, so if anyone has done work with sheep already and knows exactly what needs to be done, please do let me know in the comments. It'd be great to hear from you. Oh, god damn that van again. Let's give him a little nudge. He kind of deserves it. Oh, we're going the wrong way, aren't we? Our cedar is the opposite way. It's just... Once again, we're having a little bit of a hectic start to a day here. Alright, there's our cedar. So we've got some fodder prepared now for our sheep. I'm guessing that's going to be their food source. That should hopefully help them grow a little bit. As I say, there are no instructions for sheep in the encyclopedia, which needs to be fixed. I understand why they would not be there by default, because they're sheep are not included in the base game by default. But if you have the sheep added in because you've bought the Germany section, then you kind of expect that information to be added in with the DLC, or at the very least pop up just on Germany, and that is not the case, unfortunately. So very strange. Right, let's open up the cedar. I'm going to plant some canola. Try and get lined up. This is actually quite a big cedar, isn't it? And you see it on the fields like this. That's as far as I can zoom out as well, so I can't actually see a good overhead angle. Right. Work. There we go. Oh, looks like we pulled off a little bit too early there. Yeah, a bit of a messy start. A bit of a very messy start. In fact, I wonder, can we actually hire a worker? Yes, we can. Let's hire the worker. There we go. So the worker takes over the equipment that we own. Actually, he's got a trophy there for actually hiring a worker. Wow, he's left a big gap. But this is actually kind of cool, because with some of the other farming games I've seen, and this was again the case with Real Farm, you hired a worker, you needed to kind of drive the equipment to the field, and then you could actually hire the worker with everything kind of set up. But nothing happened. It just, that worker disappeared, or that guy disappeared off the screen, and nothing happened. We are actually seeing the worker working away, which is kind of nice, but has he finished? No, he's still going. I just want to see what the worker mechanics are like, because I haven't tried hiring a worker before. So I am kind of curious about this. You also get the chance to take another look at this sort of seeded texture in a little bit more detail. And it's essentially, I think, just a slightly different colour version of the cultivated. There doesn't seem to be any significant difference to the texture itself. It's just a different colour, which is pretty standard. But there we go. He's actually picked up all those bits that we missed, all those little mistakes. So let's see how well he'll actually do this next section here. I see him struggling to turn with this such a big piece of equipment. Is he going to start seeding at that angle? I guess he is. Okay, so the AI seems to be having the same problems that Farm Sim had until Farming Sim 17, and even 17's AI isn't fantastic. But it's that bit where it's going off and looping around and then coming back in and cutting in at weird angles with the larger equipment. I think a smaller seeder wouldn't have had this issue, but this large seeder, because it's got such a large turn radius, means it's coming in at an angle and leaving these sections here. So if we have to tidy up after him a little bit, then that's fair enough. But it's good to actually kind of see the AI in operation, I think. From the visual point of view, that we can actually see the worker working on the field, which is always nice. But also it's good to sort of see how the worker handles certain bits of equipment. You can kind of figure out what needs to... Is he starting to seed here? This is odd. And he's making the turn. What was he seeding there? Very odd. Yes, okay, the AI is not the best. Unless... What is he doing? He's not even seeding at all, look. He's got the seeder down. He's not putting any seed down unless... I mean, we're getting the dust animation, so maybe... Just looking to see if the sowing percentage has gone up. It hasn't. I thought maybe perhaps the texture would have glitched, but he's still not seeding anything. So the worker AI at the moment, not the greatest. I think it's fair to say. Oh, look what's going on with this thing. Can I get back in the tractor and fire this guy, I wonder? Yeah, you just get back in and that immediately, gets rid of the worker. Oh, this is working. So this is actually dropping seed right now. Okay, so we've had a quick look at workers. It's too kind of restrictive an area, I think. Plus this equipment is not exactly ideally suited for a worker, let's be honest, with this big turning radius. So I think we will end up doing this field ourselves, but we'll try again with another worker once we've got a better field selection to work with. So probably when we go to Montana, we'll experiment a bit more with workers. So this takes a long time to lower and then turn on, and then we can pull off. It's a slow to activate seeder. Once it gets going, you can cover quite a bit of ground, but it takes a while to actually kick in, as you can see. Starting to wonder whether or not we should just switch to the other seeder. And again, look, we're having that issue where it's not quite giving you the same width of coverage as you would expect. Having to hang over the edge of the field quite a bit just to make sure that we do actually get the full length of the field, or the full width of the field, because as you can see there, we stepped in just a little bit and we didn't seed the full edge. We'll tidy up at the end. So this will be an interesting thing to see, whether or not this actually registers as being too close. Yeah, it is. Look, you see, it's not giving us that full effect. So the working width of the equipment needs to be tinkered with, because it's not actually applying all the way across the width of the equipment. We're having to overlap quite a bit just to make sure that we are actually covering the whole area. So little bits of tweaking that need to be done with some of these pieces of equipment. We knew that was going to be, we knew that was going to be the case. And once again, it always needs to be said, it needs to be borne in mind that when doing a direct comparison between this and Farming Simulator 17, this is a first attempt. Giants have been doing Farming Simulator for over a decade. They have got their art down and nailed, and they know exactly what they're doing. Ice Flames are still learning the genre, they're still learning the technical aspects that go with making one of these games, so it's not going to be perfect on its first attempt. And they are working hard to patch things and fix things. They are listening to the community, they are listening to their gamers, and listening and fixing the bug reports that they get and the suggestions that they get. They are acting on those. A lot of features have already been sort of fixed or added on PC based on just a few days worth of kind of feedback. And those changes are coming to console. They just take a little while longer because A, you need to code for a completely new operating system, and B, any updates that need to go onto a console need to have certification before they can be made available by either Microsoft or Sony, depending on the system. So it takes a little longer for those updates to come to console, but they are coming. And all the fixes that have been made on PC that apply to the console as well are coming. That's already been confirmed. We've just got to wait a little longer for those to actually turn up. So it has to be said that that needs to be borne in mind. Some people have been very critical about this just because it doesn't look like Farming Simulator. Well, no, it's not going to look like Farming Simulator because it's not Farming Simulator. It's a completely different game by a completely different company going their own direction and in their own interpretation and take on a farming game. It doesn't play like Farming Simulator. Again, same response. It's their own, it's a separate company with their own take and interpretation. And I keep getting asked the question over and over again, which one of these would you choose? Would you choose Farming Simulator or would you choose Pure Farming? I don't see why I should have to choose between the two. Why can I not play both games? What is wrong with playing one and playing the other at the same time? There's it's not like you're cheating on your girlfriend by playing Pure Farming if you've been playing a lot of Farming Simulator. It's you don't have to stay faithful to just one franchise. It's it's just kind of, I mean, if you have a limited budget, then yes, I can understand perhaps that question. But I mean, I'm getting asked this question by a lot of different people, that just seem to only have room for one farming game in their repertoire. But there's no reason why they can't have two. I mean, you've seen how much I love Farming Simulator and how much I play Farming Simulator. I do, Let's Plays on it every single day of the week, but I mean, I really enjoy this game. I mean, it has its bugs and its faults at the moment, but they're getting fixed and they're getting patched, and this game offers a different take on farming, and it does a lot of things that I actually really like that Farming Simulator doesn't do. It offers a little bit more depth in certain areas than Farming Simulator does, and it's fun. It's a fun little game. I mean, it doesn't have the same life expectancy because it's a much smaller kind of environment. These little extra locations, they're kind of supplemental locations. The main feature of this game is farming in Montana, and then these are kind of little getaway destinations for you to offer you a little bit of a break and a change of scenery, but the main focus is that big Montana map. These are just little getaways for you to just have a little change of scenery. And I think the plan, or the idea is that you run a farm in Montana, and then you actually go off and you just travel to and from all these other locations while still operating out of Montana, so that you can bring everything into one single kind of farm company. That seems to be my interpretation of what I've seen so far. And it's a very different way of approaching the game. Whereas Farming Simulator has got mod support, and big mod support, and amazing mods that are being created by people all the time. Some fantastic maps and locations are available for you to play on in Farming Simulator. Mod support will come for this game in time, and this will improve as a game and a franchise. So it's not on the same, necessarily on the same level as Farming Simulator right now, but as I said, Giants have had 10 years to work on their Farming Simulator brand. These guys, this is their first go, and they've done a good job, I think. You know, yeah, it's not perfect, it's got a few flaws, it's got a few bugs. What game doesn't? There's no reason why, you know, you look at those and go, oh, it's a piece of crap, you know, don't touch this game. Every single game I've played over the last 18 months has had bugs or issues with it, you know, when it first came out. Some of them still do, you know. Let's not forget, you know, Farming Simulator 17, a game that is 10 years old, still had bugs and issues when that was launched, and it took months and months and months for those to get fixed. These guys are jumping on things immediately. So yeah, I don't subscribe to this. You can only have one farmed game, you know, theory. There's room for more than one farm game out there, you know. It shouldn't just be all or nothing or one franchise. There's absolutely nothing wrong with playing two games at the same time. Well, there we go. Our field is fertilised. Sorry, it's seeded. We need to fertilise it and irrigate it, and we need to spray it as well. Okay. I guess we don't have all the equipment we need then. I thought we did. Let's clean this up. I wonder if I can clean from here, actually. I wonder if I can reach. Oh, no. That's a little bit too far away. Alright, let's see if I can spray from a distance. I think we've cleaned the seeder. Oh, we have, look at that, fantastic. Can I clean the tractor? Or is that just a little bit too far away? I think I think the McCormick is just a little bit too far away. Let's back that up a little bit. There we go. That's close enough. It sounds to me like something is still... Yeah. It was making a strange noise like it switched on. So, we were getting the running noise for the seeder there, even though... Well, I think we still are. Yeah, we get that strange noise when it's connected. And then when we disconnect, it'll stop. So, it's a little odd. What the hell happened to our sprayer? How has that flipped around like that? And how am I going to get that out? This could be tricky. Wrong angle. Oh, now we've not... I'm going to have to reset that. So, if I want to reset something... I need to go to vehicle store, I believe. No. There we go, recovering vehicles. No vehicles to recover. Okay. Damn it. Alright, well, I've got an idea then. This might not work. No. I thought maybe... maybe I could nudge it out the way. I'm going to have to move the trailer and then get in that way. This is... yeah, this is not good. I'm not entirely sure what the hell happened to our sprayer there. Oh, no, clipped it again. Alright, can I get out of here? There we go. Right. that was a bit bizarre. To give us a bit more space, I'm actually going to move these two trailer areas out of here. Oops. There we go. But yeah, we're going to store those elsewhere. I think we'll store those by the silo, just so that we've got a little bit more room to play about with. I do need this water trailer. We've got a couple of different things we need to do with the water trailer today. We need to obviously put some water on our field, but we also need to get our greenhouse up and running that we paid for and haven't done anything with yet. So let's take a quick look at the map. Where are the water tanks? There's got to be more than one. Nope, there is only one. And it's over by the fuel station. Okay, that's a bit of a trek. Turn the wipers on instead of cruise control again. Let's go this way. I don't think we've been this way yet. Explore the map from this side. What is that? The Schlachthaus. I wonder if that's a meat factory, slaughterhouse perhaps. Oh, we've got this little loop around the back here. Volsamstelle, or Volsammelstelle. That's the wool sell point. Got something over there. Something just here. A few different businesses, and here is our water tower, parked up on the side of the gas station. So where do I actually collect the water from? Must be around the other side. Oh, just destroy all the road signs again. Oh dear, oh dear. Alright, so yeah, here we go. Transfer. We just need to drive up to the side of it this way. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's head back. Let's take this little path along here. Let's head back to the farm. We'll stick some water in the greenhouse. We'll get that up and running, and then we'll water our field. And then we'll fertilise it and spray it. So it looks as though we do need to do an extra product as well. We're going to need a fertiliser spreader as well as our sprayer. There's that van again. Where is the greenhouse? Must be around this corner. And it's a bit of a trek, isn't it? It's like they put it on the opposite corner to where we are. There it is. There's our greenhouse. What is this? Oh, milk silo. Ah, interesting. Alright, so water butt. Where's the water butt? It's on the side. There we go. Excellent. So, the water is done. We're going to need fertiliser for that. We're going to use our little mini McCormick. Get the trailer hooked up. So now we should be able to buy fertiliser pallets and load into the back of this. So we're going to need 10. Oops. Fertiliser bags. There we go. You can see them all stacked up quite nicely in the back there. Oh, there is the fertiliser shed. Transfer contents. Excellent, there we go. So our greenhouse is now up and running and we can finally start growing some peppers. Let's leave that there for now. So now that that's done, next step is to start putting some water on our field. Now we're pretty close. There is the field itself. Let's at least see if we can... Is this a water point here? No. What is this just here? It's got to be something. Oh, is this the slurry point? Yeah, that's a slurry tank, isn't it? For the cows. I'm wondering if we maybe see if our worker... our tank is empty. I was wondering if maybe we could get our worker to work on the field with this. You might be able to. It's a smaller piece of equipment, going to be a better turning radius, but we need to kind of fill the tanker up again. And look at our fuel. Our fuel is almost empty again, so that's gone down pretty quickly. And we don't have any beacons on. That's interesting. That's normally an automatic feature as the beacons turn themselves on. Right, let's transfer. I mean, it's possible I may have just turned them off, but I don't remember doing so. Can I make this turn? Not quite. What's wrong with that van? Why has he stopped? It's a she. It's a female driver, I think. Yeah, she just stopped there. In the middle of the road. Let's see if I can give her a nudge. I mean, this is the one that actually tried to kill us as soon as we moved here. I can actually push her off the road, look. I'm just trying to see if I can maybe kick-start her movement again. Doesn't seem to happen. Alright, let's see if I can take out this sign. Maybe the sign was causing issues for her. No. So she's just stopped. Doesn't seem to want to move again for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, well that's fine. One last maniac trying to run us off the road or kill us. Oh, hang on, I didn't fill up, did I? I could have sworn I'd filled up. Oh, we saw that huge markup on fuel prices. You do not want to run your tank dry. You'll end up paying a very, very large sum of money to keep refilling it that way. It's a shame there is no kind of central bridge on that map. We've got one at each end of the farm. But when you want to get fuel or if you want to get water, you've got a long journey, especially if we're going to our water field there. We've got to come all the way down here to cross the water and then go all the way back up again on the other side of the river. And it's the same if we do it the other way around. We've got to go all the way around, cross, and then go all the way back again just to get to where we need to be. It's a bit of a shame that there isn't kind of an easier, shorter crossing route there. Or maybe have the water on this side of the river. Right, let's hire a worker. Let's see how he does with irrigating. Again, I don't have a torch, so I can't tell, but it looks as though hasn't done this little end strip here. Wow, it's got dark really quickly all of a sudden, hasn't it? It is 8 o'clock already. Yeah, I can't tell if that little patch at the start there hasn't actually been done. You can see this has definitely been done. But it does look as though he's maybe just missed a little bit here on this edge, so we might have to tidy up after him. But let's watch our work. In fact, let's track our worker by using this. So I'm going to just detach. There we go. I want to track his movements. See how good a job he's doing. Looks pretty clean and tidy at this end. So certain equipment, obviously when you've got a much smaller turning radius, seems to be absolutely fine. Larger stuff does seem to be a bit of an issue. 10 miles an hour, is that the fastest I can go? That's because I was on the ground, and there you can see, look, yeah, there's that little light patch right on the edge. So we will have to probably just touch that up just at the very end there. How's he doing on this turn? He's still going a little bit wide, but seems to get away with it. There looks to be a little bit of an overlap, maybe a slightly damp patch on the very edge there. Okay, so alright, well, we'll leave our worker sort of busy running up and down away on this field. You can see our irrigation levels going up. When we come back tomorrow, we will look at fertilising and then maybe later spraying this field and getting it prepped for harvest. And we'll also keep an eye on our rabbits, see if we'll sell some of those off tomorrow. We'll take another look at our sheep, see if the fodder is doing anything, and maybe, you know, do some work with our greenhouse if that's finished growing stuff. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more Germany playthrough here on the Pure Farming PS4 version of the game very soon.